What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the most special episode of the Waterboy podcast that has ever been filmed in the history of the earth. Today is episode number 100. It is March 16th, day after my 21st birthday. Right now, I'm on a flight back from south of the border in Mexico, making my way back.
Downtown? Oh.
Nope, not downtown. No shout out to Vanessa Carlton. I remember the name. No shout out to her. This is not her episode. This is the Waterboy episode. This is the 100th episode special. We are recording this Friday, March 10th, 6 days in advance.
Also in advance of Tuesday's episode.
Yeah, so there's not going to be much topical sports talk in this one.
If you were looking for topical sports or March Madness, anything related to March Madness, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait a little bit.
The March Madness special will be tagged on at the end of last episode. Yes, I got that right. Episode 99 came out on Tuesday. Check us out. But episode 100, biggest episode we've ever done. Everett, what do you have to say? You know what they say, you're not a real podcast, so you make it 100 episodes in. Now we're going to be giving area code shout outs every time we get to a certain number. I'm not sure. I'll look up area code 100 right now. We'll start today.
Yeah,
but
I don't really know which one is 100, but what I will give a shout out to is happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Well, area code numbers start at 200. So we're 100 episodes away from starting that.
We're halfway.
We're halfway there. Hey, that's a new goal. That's a new milestone we got to hit. But yeah, well, 201. First area code, New Jersey. Shout out to all of our Jersey episodes. We know there's thousands of you. But Everett, I don't know if we're going to start off with the NFL because...
like we said, topical.
I've got something that we got to mention right now because I know that this is the only thing everyone's been talking about, the World Baseball Classic. It's been on everyone's mind. So, Everett, I have my official jersey and hat rankings for the World Baseball Classic. The only thing that actually matters. At the end of the day, we're not going to remember who wins the World Baseball Classic. We're going to remember who had the best hat and who had the best jersey. So, I have my World Baseball Classic hat jersey rankings. I just want to say, when I did these rankings, the hat and jersey are both equal components, okay?
Okay.
So the hat matters a lot. The jersey matters a lot, equal amounts. Okay. So I didn't go jersey over hat. I didn't go hat over jersey. I just want
50-50.
Want you to know split. Some factors, though. If a certain design on a hat is that good, it can make up for a jersey. And if a certain jersey is so good, it can make it for that. But here are my World Baseball Classic hat jersey rankings. China, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Netherlands, Venezuela, Colombia, Australia, South Korea, Japan. I think a lot of people are going to expect Puerto Rico to be number one. Okay. And they have a phenomenal jersey, okay? Phenomenal jersey, okay? The hats, though. Look at China's hat, Everett. They have a dragon C, okay? Look at the China hat. Good thing we're recording this together. I can see what you're looking at.
See where I'm looking. I'm getting there.
Look at this China uniform. Now, they have a dragon subtle outline in their jersey, and then look at their hat.
You know what it reminds me of?
No, I don't. No.
I think it was like 2K17 when they had you go abroad and you played in the China League.
NBA 2K17?
Yeah. I don't know if it was 2K. I don't know if it was 2K17 specifically, but it was a recent 2K game. Like it was like 2K, maybe it was 2K20.
I'm not sure if I remember ever playing in the Chinese League for any sporting game.
I swear to God, played in the Chinese basketball league.
I'm not sure about that one.
Logos kind of looks like
maybe I'm about to get called out, but I think I'm right about it. I'm not sure if you ever made a trip overseas to China.
Maybe it's the Mandela effect, and
even the Euro League. I'm not sure if there's ever any 2K story.
Maybe the fucking Mandela effect is taking hold right now, and we're from different universes.
I just don't remember that ever. But I just want to say China, the hat and jersey gives them the number one spot. Their hat and jersey is phenomenal. I think they have the best hat out of everyone.
Yeah, okay.
I'd give Puerto Rico the edge in the jersey, but China's jersey at worst is 2. So number 1 hat, number 2 jersey is not being listed as number 2 or even number 3. I just want to say that. The Netherlands also has a phenomenal hat. It's just a crown.
Yeah.
It's very it's a nice crown. So it is also very nice. Dominican Republic also has a great jersey. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of consideration.
Japan's jersey looked pretty nice too.
I thought Japan's jersey, I feel like they could have done some more cool stuff with it. I felt like it was a little plain.
I like the pinstripes.
I wanted some more. I thought Korea's was better. I put South Korea ahead of them.
Okay.
I wasn't the greatest.
But if you like Puerto Rico,
fan.
if you like Puerto Rico's
jersey, Puerto Rico's jerseys actually in a class of its own. Like that, I wouldn't be shocked if I saw that in 2 years from now as a really big throwback.
Like people just bought it.
I think it looks so cool. The Puerto Rico jersey, I think, is in a class of its own.
I think that would, if people just kind of wear USA jerseys, that would probably be Team USA.
No, yeah. I also think the USA jersey, very underwhelming. We could have done a little more there.
I mean, we definitely could.
What are we talking about here? The USA jersey, if I were to rate it 1 to 10,
I'm not gonna lie.
While also considering what could have been,
the hat,
I'd give it a 5.
The hat kind of looks like you just vomited.
Well, the hat, it's I'm pretty sure that's like the USA baseball just logo.
Is it like the hockey? I think it's the Capitals hockey team, the one with the star with the.
I mean, I don't actually know shit. I'm not gonna act like I actually know what I'm talking about here, but
it kind of looks like the Capitals hockey logo. I think it's a star with a little swoosh underneath it.
Yeah, Capitals. Maybe. I'm not gonna act like I watch hockey, but maybe some Dallas Stars vibe, just with that star. Even the Cowboys, actually, it's just a star.
It's a star.
I'm not sure if that is the Team USA logo. Now that I look at it, that logo sucks ass.
That graphic designer.
That's bad. No, that's just bad.
They need to be fired.
That's not good.
That's not good. That's bad.
That's not good. Now I kind of like the USA. It's the white jersey. I kind of like it.
It's very minimal.
I just think we could do some more. We're the US freaking A, baby.
Like there's a lot of white space there.
Like I feel like World Baseball Classic, it happens like once every, I don't know, at this point it's like fucking every 6 years. So kind of show out here, US. I'm not really sure what we're doing here. A little underwhelming on that end. So yeah, we're not giving any praise. I didn't put US in that top 10 for a reason. I'm not even sure they cracked the top 15. Now I also have higher expectations for them, but it's just, I mean, just look at that Puerto Rico jersey. Oh my god,
it is crisp. I'll give them that.
They could have done like an outline of a city. I don't even care what city. Fuck, it could have been Arizona just because it's being played there. I don't care. Didn't even need to be a lit city. Just make it look cool.
So I also just want a general preface.
I don't just want plain white jersey.
This is a little straying away from baseball, but I know we've had a running thing where we're always joking about how we record a day early or something like that, and then we miss big news, and we're like, well, shit. This is the most hypocritical I think we've ever been.
This one's pretty bad. This is egregious.
So, obviously the Tuesday episode will be recorded around maybe a day earlier than we normally would. We're delaying that, obviously. This is 6 days in advance. So when something inevitably happens between that Tuesday episode and the Thursday episode, that absolutely is going to be historic.
Don't blame us, guys. Blame vacations. Don't blame us. Blame vacations.
Blame Grant's birthday.
Yeah, blame that. Don't come at me. But there's nothing actually big in baseball other than the fact that the Yankees, like their whole team is injured right now.
Nothing's happened. This is Thursday, March 16th. Nothing in baseball has happened.
I'm not trying to jinx I'm not trying to jinx anyone, but like the last time a big notable name pitcher had a forearm strain, Walker Buehler turned to Tommy John. So hopefully that's not the same thing for Carlos Rodon. We'll find out though. We'll find out more.
Well, maybe we'll know. This episode comes out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see more as more comes out.
But maybe we can get a little bit into the NFL right now. I mean, obviously,
I have something to start us off with.
But I just want to say, obviously, this is Thursday, March 16th, and there has somehow been absolutely no news between like the last 4 days. Like I don't know how that hasn't happened. There's been absolutely zero news, and that's why we're not reporting on any news at all in this.
Yeah, no, there's nothing to talk about for episode 100
at all. It's the wildest thing.
You'll see. I mean, episode 99. It's gonna be very weird. I mean, we haven't recorded episode 99 yet, so I kind of feel as if 100's going out before 99, but that's not the case. So we're about to talk about all that shit. But Everett. So when we record, we'll know. But initial reactions to Darius Smith demanding release.
Yeah.
Now it hasn't played out yet, so this will be fun seeing what happens over the next.
Obviously, it's gonna be. I'd say probably shouldn't talk about that because I guarantee something will happen for Tuesday's episode. But just an interesting note on that. If anything happens, being traded is probably going to be a more ideal situation than letting him go, because obviously the Vikings have full control of the entire situation right now. Obviously, Darius Smith wants out, but he signed a 3-year deal. Vikings have all the leverage here. Darius Smith is just trying to wheeze his way out of it to make more money. So, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. We will see, won't we? I think we'll save the free agent talk for the next episode. Let's get into
before this one. Yeah.
Let's get into fun stuff. Now, we'll run your off seasons after this, but let's do revisit the fun little segment I had last year. So let's start off with this. Landing spot matters in the NFL. Who you get drafted by, where you get drafted to, that matters. Who else is in your position group room? That matters. Who else is on your team? That matters, depending on position, obviously, in specifics. But last year, I had a lot of my, my Ohio State babies entering the draft. So I ran a copy of my please do not draft list, because I think there are certain franchises out there that have a tendency to ruin some players' careers over and over. I just wanted to, just bring that up again. We're gonna do the 2023 edition of the Please Do Not Draft list, and we have some special players dear to my heart. Not as many as last year, but
still important.
Still a good amount of players. This also, I want to quickly revisit some of my Please Do Not drafts from last year. For Garrett Wilson, I included the Jets on that list, and Garrett Wilson obviously had a very good rookie season last year, winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. I just want to say, though, to the Jets, you guys are lucky. You guys are about to have Aaron Rodgers, and the tables are about to turn, and it's about to be a really good spot for Garrett. But no, Jets.
That might be on cold takes, I suppose.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Jet.
No, not that. The please do not draft Garrett Wilson Jets.
Sure. I don't really care, though. But this is what I want to say. It wasn't the Jets that made Garrett Wilson in 1,000-yard wide receiver. It was Garrett Wilson who, despite being on the Jets, was still 1,000-yard wide receiver. It was not impressive. The Jets can't take any credit for Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson You have to add the little caveat on top of his 1,000-yard offensive rookie of the year season saying he played for the Jets and Joe Flacco was his starting quarterback at one point. You got to include these facts. These are just facts. I'm just saying.
I would say
I haven't said anything.
Opinion. Starting quarterback.
I've said no opinions. I've just said statements so far. The Jets, you cannot claim any credit for Garrett Wilson's success in his rookie year. That was all Garrett. But you guys are lucky that Aaron Rodgers is coming, and it's now a favorable situation. So just want to bring that up. I was slightly wrong about that. And then Jameson Williams, I said Lions, you know how to draft him. Now, the Lions, as a team, are in a good spot. However, Everett, how many touches did Jameson Williams have last year?
3.
Yeah, 3. And you remember the first touch he ever had in the NFL. But
a little bit too well, yeah.
I'm not sure if J-Mo was ever fully healthy last year. If J-Mo doesn't get utilized next year by the Lions, oh my God, Jameson Williams. There's fast, and then there's fast. Okay, Jameson Williams is fast. You don't come across many fast players in the league. Jameson Williams is one of them, and if he's not utilized properly, shame on Detroit. Shame on Detroit. Even though good chance you guys are getting Lamar Jackson. Cold takes exposed. Freezing takes, whatever the fuck it's called.
No.
But here is the 2023 edition of the Please Do Not Draft list. Starting off, these are the less fun ones. And after today, on Friday, we know the Panthers have the number 1 pick, so this isn't as fun. Nope. I woke up this morning under the impression that CJ Stroud might actually go to 4 to the Colts, but now, according to sports books, he's the number 1 pick in the draft, which I cannot believe I'm saying. Shout out OHIO. Okay, but still, CJ Stroud, please don't draft list. Let me start off with a caveat. I don't think he should go to. I don't think the Panthers is a great scenario at all. Now that DJ Moore is also gone, he's going to be throwing to legitimate janitors. So I'm not a fan of him going to the Panthers. However, CJ Stroud, number 1 pick in the draft. Hell yeah. Let's fucking do it. So I'm not putting the Panthers on this. However, I'm looking at from a pure, what do I think is great for CJ?
Not pure.
What do I think is great for CJ Stroud and his future? I don't think he should go to the Panthers, but number 1 pick in the draft, baby. OHIO, let's do it. That's a great recruiting pitch. All right, that's a great recruiting pitch in the future. Number 1 overall pick, CJ Stroud. Okay. CJ Stroud, please do not draft. This is a message to the Texans, Raiders, and Falcons. Please do not draft CJ Stroud. Falcons, I was debating whether or not to put them on here, but it's just, when have the Falcons ever done anything right in their franchise? I like Drake London. I like Kyle Pitts, but it's just the Atlanta Falcons have never done anything correct ever.
The one time that we thought that they might have, they blew a 28-3 lead. So that about sums up that. So
now the Raiders, Devontae Adams, love him. Also keep in mind I'm a Chargers fan. I don't want fucking to go up against CJ Stroud. So the Raiders, for me, don't draft him. Texans, I don't think I need to say much. Please don't take CJ Stroud if available. Please don't even consider it. Will Levis is really good. Mayonnaise and coffee is a great trait. It's good. That's what you want out of a starting quarterback.
I've heard that they like Stanford guys.
A 54% completion percentage out of Anthony Richardson. That's what you want. That's how you build a franchise. CJ Stroud's 78%, 93% career completion percentage in college. That's not what you want. That's not going to help you win games. CJ Stroud, he's a bitch. He's afraid to run the ball. You don't want him. You don't want him. He's soft.
He looks up to Deshaun Watson.
He doesn't work hard. He plays Call of Duty all weekend with Kyler. You don't want him. He's a bad inspiration. You don't want him. Don't take him, Texans. Next, now this one, I just, we're not here to give each other flowers or give myself flowers, but I'm here to give myself flowers. Preseason, before the college football season started, Everett, I did a nice little highlight segment on Hendon Hooker. I think he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in college football. I was laughed at by the national media when I posted that. 18 different credible news sites called me out for quote unquote blasphemy, and then Hendon Hooker proceeded to light up the college football world. Another list with my please do not graph this. This is a message to the Texans again, Raiders again, and the Commanders. Please don't take Hendon Hooker. Commanders especially, because FedEx Field, boy, do they not have a great history when it comes to ACL. So the Commanders, there's some injury concerns there, but also Dan Snyder, no, don't ruin a young man's career
again.
I would love just the thought of Hendon Hooker, Terry, Curtis Samuel potentially succeeding and thriving in the National Football League. But will it happen on the Commanders? Fuck no. God no. Don't do it. You're going to ruin a young man's life. Texans, Raiders, I already gave the explanation. Raiders, once again, anyone would love to throw to Devontae Adams. However, as a Chargers fan, I don't even want to think about that possibility of Hendon Hooker actually becoming a star and balling up for the Raiders. So Raiders, don't even fucking look at that name, okay? You want Tanner McKee. You want Anthony Richardson. Jake Haener. You want Sean Clifford. Sean Clifford's undrafted steal. Stetson's great. Stetson's really good at football. Take him, Oakland. You don't want Hendon Hooker. That guy sucks ass. And now these are the ones that are actually going to be clippable. Okay. So landing spot for wide receiver matters a lot. Depending, there are a lot of teams not great quarterback situations. I think, Garrett Wilson's an anomaly. Okay, Garrett Wilson's built different. Okay, it doesn't really matter who you throw on that quarterback. He's going to put up 1,000 yards. Olave too. Olave had Andy Dalton, even though he's a really nice guy. So Olave had a nice guy throwing to him. But Derek Carr and Aaron Rodgers, quite the upgrade at quarterback for my boys. But Jackson Smith and Jigba, who I think is better than both of the wide receivers I just listed. I think
high praise.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, what he did with Garrett and Olave on the field, Everett. Just remember, one of them put up 1,600 yards. The other two put up 1,100. The two that put up 1,100 went 10 and 11 in the draft. The guy put up 1,600 is in the draft this year. And according to a lot, second round pick, late behind Quentin Johnson. Sure, that guy's wide receiver one. That guy's elite.
Apparently,
that guy's elite. That guy elite. Nothing that you see out of a guy like Jackson Smith, Slot, and Jigba, and then nothing you'd see like that. But this is a message to the Titans, the Texans, the Packers, assuming Aaron Rodgers is gone. Well, he is gone.
He is gone.
Let me restart that. I didn't even include that caveat.
Restart the whole thing.
I completely forgot. We're not talking about topical news, but the Packers GM came out today and said Aaron Rodgers will not be a Packer.
The bigger thing is Sauce Gardner burned a cheese head as the ritual sacrifice to summon Aaron Rodgers to your team.
Well, that's the best possible way to do it. Not only as a signal of Sauce Gardner, in case you think there's some type of respect wearing the cheese head, but it's because, more importantly, Aaron Rodgers hates the Packers, so he now loves Sauce Gardner, who also hates the Packers. That was the most important part about everything. But let me redo the JSN thing because I didn't need to include that. Aaron Rodgers isn't a Packer anymore. This is a message to the Titans, Texans, Packers, Bucks, especially the Ravens and the Giants. Please do not draft Jackson Smith and Jigba. Quentin Johnson is your guy. He's the guy you want. You don't want JSN. He's ass. He can only play in the slot. He might make amazing over the shoulder catches, but he's slow. He runs the 5.9 40. You don't want him. He's awful. He brings nothing to the table. You don't want him.
Definitely not. No.
I think wearing the Ohio State jersey should really drill in the sarcasm there, but I know there's about to be a bunch of dumb fucks out there who don't understand.
Someone's gonna be satire? Question mark.
This must be a joke, right? If not, dude, Jacksonville June was really good.
Then there's gonna be some of the response to this be like, no. Like, what?
We'll see. And then last name on my list for the please do not draft list, Tyjae Spears. This man's gonna save a GM's career. Unless he's drafted by the Texans, because they're gonna fuck up their draft anyway and get fired. But for most other teams, he's going to save your career. Tyjae Spears is a name you gotta look out for, especially for all the fantasy bros out there, which is 85% of all humans in the United States. So don't lie to yourself. We all know what we're doing every single Tuesday night. We're all at the waiver wire. So Tyjae Spears, this is a message to the Houston Texans, Tennessee Titans, the Washington Commanders, the Chicago Bears, and especially you fucking Ravens. Do not draft Tyjae Spears. You guys want to get Zach Charbonnet. You guys want to get Roschon Johnson. You guys want to get Deuce Vaughn. These are guys you want. Tyjae Spears to you will be awful. Let him thrive on a new team. Let him thrive on a place where he can succeed. He's just a peacock. You gotta let him fly. Don't drown him in the water when he's supposed to be in the air. That's my Colin Coward metaphor talk of the day. That's the please do not draft list. Last year was a little more passionate, a little more inspired.
You had the Ohio State boys. I mean, next year when it's Marvin Harrison Jr., that might be the most passionate you ever will be.
Marvin, we'll see if Trevion's gone. Probably. It's going to be a different time. Next time. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Next draft will actually be very interesting.
I mean, it will be. It will be.
There's going to be a lot of guys gone. So
here's hoping that the Vikings get both JSN and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you guys do now have Keenan Allen and Mike Williams for the foreseeable future because instead of trading or cutting them, you elected to restructure them.
I think it'd be while we're just quick Chargers talk about the restructures. Keenan getting restructured. Nolan Smith's not going to be a Charger. He ran a 4.39. I think it's very funny. People out there being like, he's undersized for an edge. Hassan Reddick and Micah Parsons are both the same size.
How tall is Micah Parsons? Like 6'4", 6'3"?
Everyone's talking about his weight.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's like he's too small. He's not. He's gonna get pushed over. I'm not sure about that.
That's called speed. There are speed releases, guys. If people talk about they must only play Madden something like that. Well, if you did play Madden, you would know that it is based off of this real game called NFL football.
Don't bring up a Madden point. That's not great. But it's just it's just the game now. You can speed kills.
Yeah.
And also, just because you're 240 pounds doesn't mean you could just be pushed over like a fucking twig.
There's a reason why. Dude.
It's just it's just Micah Parsons and fucking Hassan Reddick are not.
Dude played
260 pounds. They're not 260 pounds. Also look at Nolan Smith's tape. He's fucking strong arming goddamn tackles. He's wrong arming. It doesn't matter. He can hold. It's not like he's gonna get pushed over.
What's the tackle's name? DeJuan Johnson from Ohio State, right?
DeJuan Jones. Big Thanos. Yes.
Yeah. Nolan Smith, by the way, played against.
No, he didn't. He was out for that game. No.
Never mind. That nullified.
No, I did not. No. But yes. Big boy, he can still play. It's not like he's people actually think he's gonna get just pushed over, knocked on his ass every time. No. But with restructuring Keenan back to that point, I was kind of on board of, maybe it's time to let Keenan go. But, we're running it back with Keenan. Mike Williams got restructured too. We're locking him up for good, which
gotta love your 29-year-old wide receivers.
But
issues.
Right now, the door's open for Khalil Mack to be cut. Khalil Mack, see you later. thank you for your services. Thank you for your time in Los Angeles.
A year.
In our renovated practice facility. Thank you.
I don't think you got to see that.
What I meant to say, the shitty practice facility that the facility was under renovation. You got the I fucked that up. Yeah, Khalil Mack. It opens up the door for him to be cut, and I thought the answer was Nolan Smith there at edge, but that's not going to happen. And Jackson Smith and Jigba just doesn't make any sense at 21, but I don't think he's going to even drop that far. I also am not sold on the Bears being done with trade. I think they could still move off of 9. We're saving that for episode 9 though. But Chargers, we're in a very interesting spot. You know, I love Keenan. I love Mike. Khalil Mack, I don't quite have the personal attachment to, but I thought we're still yet to see, and we'll probably never see a season of a healthy Bosa and healthy Mack. You know, we'll never get to see what that truly was like.
I honestly, it's starting to seem like never gonna be able to see a healthy season of Joey Bosa and a good.
Well, that was mean. That was mean.
I mean,
that was just mean.
Well, I mean, it's being honest.
I wouldn't put any type of negative energy on like Dalvin Cook or anything like that.
I mean, you can. I'm assuming he's not.
I wouldn't though. Just out of respect.
I mean, he also
has certain people care less about their co-hosts' feelings on this podcast than others. But I don't even remember what the point I was about to make about the Chargers. I'm just so taken aback by the fact that you wanted to just come at my feelings. Also, no, Ohio State Charger player nonetheless. Shame on you. Shame on you. I hope Kirk Cousins has to go on maternity leave for the first 3 months of the season.
Well, thank you. Actually, I mean, that means he has a child. That's good for him.
Yeah, it
is.
Good for him. Yeah, even my, worst wishes against you can be positive. Guess it doesn't go both ways. But yeah, enough Chargers talk because
it's getting gloomy.
I don't want to talk about them. So
okay, so we can get into speaking of Chargers, we can get into your guys' redheaded stepsister, the Broncos.
Sure, we'll take that.
Broncos offseason.
Broncos suck.
Broncos offseason. Well, they suck until Sean Payton comes into the house and
just had to get a bottle of water.
Gotta stay hydrated, man. Stay hydrated. Make sure. Hey, everybody, right now, I know you see the Crown Royale water breaks. Everybody, take a nice little water break.
Do it for the Water Boy pod.
Do it for the Water Boy pod. That's what we're here for. We're staying hydrated. All right. Gotta make sure you're having water. Okay. Broncos offseason wish list. This was pretty interesting. Broncos low-key have a horrendous situation right now. Their offensive line is downright horrendous. Their defense doesn't look much better right now. So Sean Payton's got a lot to do.
Garrett Bowles is a nice guy.
He is a nice guy, but
he's a nice guy.
He also is 31.
Russell Wilson likes to be around nice guys. He wants positive energy.
Run or pass.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be unlimited, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah,
Mr. Unlimited.
I mean, hey, if you want to be unlimited, you gotta surround yourself with the right group of people. You gotta surround yourself with, coaches with a lot of morality that would never participate in something like a bounty gate or anything. You want to partner yourself with stand-up guys. God damn it, Sean Payton should have been our guy. But you want to partner yourself with stand-up guys, stand-up leaders, stand-up characters, people who care for those around them, would never try to actively injure players or anything. Yeah. So now this is the thing. Fuck you, Joe Lombardi. But I know this man's going. He knows some dirt on Justin Herbert. I can feel it. Justin Herbert's a private guy. Nothing really leaks. Joe Lombardi, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. He obviously had it. Well, I wouldn't describe it a great relationship, but he definitely knows things about Justin Herbert that most people do not know. And the Denver Broncos know that now. So I'm just saying, get ready. There's going to be some false rumors out there that are going to be designed to attack a certain part of Herbert's psyche. They're coming after his mental here.
You're telling me that Joe Lombardi is an evil mastermind that is about to purposely...
Well, evil mastermind kind of has a connotation that he's smart. He isn't. So
maybe this was the long game the whole time. He originally was on the Saints with Sean Payton.
No.
Went to the Chargers. He's not the Broncos with Sean Payton.
And Sean Payton has been smoke screening. I want to come to the Chargers.
Exactly. I was on the Broncos.
Fuck Everett.
This whole time. Joe Lombardi's been a double agent this whole time.
And Vince Lombardi was the head coach of the Packers. See, it all connects back to the Waterboy podcast. Fuck the Packers and fuck the Broncos. That's the moral of this. The pre-segment to the Broncos offseason, which I'm kind of surprised how many people have been asking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys suck. So like, congrats. Russell Wilson's contract is
somebody's gonna be mad
if they cut Russell. They would lose $180 million in cap space.
By the way, if they restructure it, they get $1 million back. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, let you look at that.
Go to restructure and just see. Oh, $5 million. Okay, that's a little bit more than I thought.
Yeah, $5 million.
$5 million. I'm gonna find it hilarious. One, there's gonna be people who are complaining about this, whatever. The thing that I'm gonna have the most fun with is when people are repeatedly asking for a team and then they end up being the last team that I do. And it's going to be the Eagles. So,
yeah, that's already said.
It's going to be the Eagles. But, should have been the Packers, honestly, but that's fine. Okay. Broncos offseason wish list. Sign Ben Jones, Matt Pryor, Riley Reif, Sheldon Rankins, Geno Stone, and Jamel Dean. Fuck it. Start the whole thing.
I kind of thought for a second you were going to say Geno Smith. I was like,
you're like, hey.
Now, so Russ's old comp is back in town? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I thought taking over. All right.
I mean, we're not talking about top news, but I thought Geno Smith got re-signed.
Only in your mind.
No, it didn't happen. Geno Smith's a free agent. Back to the Jets. Let's make it work this time.
Broncos offseason wish list. Sign Ben Jones, Matt Pryor, Riley Reif, Sheldon Rankins, Geno Stone, Jamel Dean, and Landon Roberts. Re-sign Alex Singleton and Draymond Jones. And restructure Justin Simmons, Garrett Bowles, Cortland Sutton, and DJ Jones.
That's a healthy amount of restructures on the end there, Everett.
Yeah, I also like.
Are we sure we want to hold on to all now? Garrett Bowles,
I also like
nice guy.
I also like
nice guy. Nice guy, Garrett. Nice guy.
Nice guy. Yeah, no, I mean, Mr. Unlimited likes nice guys. Well, so here's the thing.
I think we might as well just restructure Russ while we're at it. I mean, he's on the team no matter what. You can't cut him anyway. You might as well structure that up.
It's interesting. I saw right before this. Obviously, we are recording on Friday, March 10th. So obviously that means that this hasn't and won't happen at all between now and when this video goes up. But Cortland Sutton is apparently being shopped. He's on the block. I personally think that he should stay on the team. Obviously, I think he's a great wide receiver. I think that Russ could really use him. But apparently he is being shopped around. So we will see how that plays out.
Yeah, that could be an interesting move. Let's see what Sean Payton and the boys can do with Sutton and Judy and Jay Hamler. Fierce weapons, okay? Fierce. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. Broncos country, let's die. All right. Bucks offseason wish list. Oh, wow. This is interesting because also the Bucks suck. The whole situation is absolutely terrible. I think that they really just need to rebuild everything. Start from scratch.
Okay, well, Bucks are blowing it up.
That division also is so bad that you could rebuild and still make the playoffs because every team in that division is terrible.
Okay, all right.
So keep that in mind. Like, Saints are bad, Panthers are bad, Falcons are bad. Like, all those teams are so bad that
not phenomenal. No,
it literally doesn't matter. It's a war of attrition. It's who can be the worst team because I guarantee you that the worst team in the NFL will come out of that division next year.
All right. Okay.
It honestly, it might be the first team to make the playoffs with like a record worse than
NFC
7-9.
South and AFC South are both fucking awful.
They might be like 6-10, 5-11 to make the playoffs.
Bucks were 7 wins.
They actually might be 5-11 and make the playoffs next year.
Yeah, it could be a tough time for.
Would it be 5-12?
It could be a tough time for the Bucks. Not gonna lie.
It would be 5-12. Okay, Bucks offseason wish list. Trade Russell Gage and Shaq Barrett. Re-sign Sean Murphy Bunting, and Scotty Miller, and sign Gardner Minshew, Dennis Kelly, Azeez Al-Shaair, Ogbunya Okoronkwo, Poona Ford, and Arden Key.
Oh. Yeah, I know why we had to take a little extra time before recording this. You had to rehearse that name like for 30 minutes. Now, I know. Can you say that one more time?
Ogbunya Okoronkwo?
Say it without reading it. Look at me. Say it.
Ogbunya Okoronkwo.
Yeah. What position does he play?
Edge rusher.
Oh, this is gonna be great. He's gonna be phenomenal for the Bucks. That's why we delay this recording 45 minutes. So yeah, it all adds up.
Yeah, I also typically like have a lot of water while I'm doing this, and I'm a little dehydrated hypocritically of the Waterboy podcast, so I am choking on my own words right now.
You know, I would offer you a waterfall, but you know, we stand for a lack of germ spreading on this podcast, so I would never offer you my water. Even if you were in dire need of it, dying of thirst, would not give this to you. We don't spread it.
No, we don't. Just interesting. I think, honestly, my favorite part of this whole thing is Gardner Minshew being quarterback that they signed.
Well, Kyle Trask is the future.
But Gardner Minshew,
he was the last great quarterback to come out of Florida. Him and AR-15, AR-15, Tim Tebow,
Cam Newton.
You could say to a degree Cam Newton, sure. Elite quarterbacks at the University of Florida. So yeah, there's that to go on.
Yeah, I just think Gardner Minshew gives a little extra pizzazz to that offense.
Yeah, I think maybe we just need to bring
Minshew
style and swagger back to. Now I'm pretty sure the Saints said they were trying to restructure Jameis and keep him on the roster.
Oh,
but let's do what's right, everybody. Let's do what's right. Can we revise this to say sign Jameis Winston? Can we revise this?
So
I want you
to say that, and you can say little like asterisk. I want you to say it because you can put it at the end of the clip. Be like at Jameis Winston.
Forget Gardner Minshew. Sign Jameis Winston. Do what's right. That's what's right. Jameis Winston. The NFL. Okay.
All right. You want to bring it back to
the NFL's a business. Let's start off with that. The NFL's a business. Okay. At the end of the day, it's an entertainment business. Okay. People watch the NFL to be entertained. Okay.
Okay.
Everett. Who is the most entertaining man in the NFL? And there is a correct answer to this.
I mean, obviously,
Jameis fucking Winston, okay? Jameis Winston is the most interesting character in the NFL and all of football. The crab legs is one of the funniest stories of all time. Also, there is actually no funnier on-field reaction than Jimbo Fisher when he looked at Jameis Winston suited up before their first game of the season when Jimbo like openly suspended, like, you are not playing in the first game of the season, and Jameis walked onto the field fully suited up, almost as if like, wait, you were serious about that? Like, wait, what? Like, you're actually suspended? I just won the fucking Heisman, dude. Jameis, I'm on your team, dude. You shouldn't have been suspended, but the fact that you actually fucking suited up after that is so funny that Jameis Winston, if you are not a starting quarterback in the NFL next year, there's going to be serious problems. We're just talking pure revenue here. We're talking business. We're talking views. We're talking clicks. We're talking numbies. None of those are going to be, let's just say this, NFL is still going to be the most watched sport. The NFL, however, will not reach the fullest potential they can reach next season if Jameis Winston is not starting. So,
but you want him to come back to the Bucs.
Specifically the Bucs. That'll do the most ratings. I'll get the most numbers. if Jameis Winston plays for the Bucs next year,
Again.
the NFL can attain the most amount of views it could. If he isn't, they can't. It's simple as that. It's just a simple look at let's maximize our product on the field. Put Jameis Winston on the Bucs. Remember, he had LASIK. He can see now. Like, people forget Jameis has been hurt on the Saints. We haven't even seen a full season of healthy Jameis with LASIK. Have you ever thought about that? Has anyone ever considered that? No, you haven't. Jameis win MVP. It's not off the table. It's on the books.
Say that?
Never say never.
No,
okay?
You want to make that statement?
Yeah, Jameis Winston could win MVP. That's what I said. I didn't say he would. He can win MVP next year. That's just true. That's not false.
Technically, it's not false, but also technically, that's saying that he has a chance to play well enough to outplay.
There are some things that are simply false, such as saying Zach Wilson could win the MVP next year. That's false. That's blasphemy. Jameis, though, could happen.
Interesting. Okay.
Like Ryan Tannehill can't. Jameis could. Remember, MVP is a narrative award. Jameis going back to the Bucs, taking them 15-2, and come on, he can definitely do it. That's possible. It's possible.
Hold on.
It's possible.
No, let's see who the Saints play next year.
No, the Bucs.
Oh, the Bucs. We want the Bucs.
He's on the Bucs.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. All right.
Let's talk ourselves into
15 and 2.
Let's do it.
With
at
James
Falcons,
with James
at Panthers, easy.
Okay, we're at 2-0. 3-0.
Panthers, easy.
No,
quarterback.
3-0. Texans 4-0. Colts 5-0. 5-0.
We might start off 5-0 with Jameis.
First L.
Everett. I can't. I was obviously kidding, but holy shit.
We're
5-0.
First L.
Let's not. Whoa. Let's soak in the 5-0. Okay. We're 5-0.
5-0 with Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. Shaq Barrett is gone. Okay. Tristan Wirfs is on one leg. Okay. Like, we're 5-0.
Okay. 5-0, 5-1 versus the Vikings. Lose that game.
Sure.
I'm gonna say that
we lose.
At the
we
Saints.
can't beat them in New Orleans. No.
5-2. At home in Atlanta, I think you split that 5-3.
No. We're sweeping, dude. Atlanta sucks. Dude, the Falcons.
They have that tendency though to kind of pick one up though.
No. We're moving on to 6-2.
I'm gonna say 5-3, but I'll give you 6-3 here. First the Panthers.
Okay.
6-3.
We're splitting with the Saints. We're not getting swept by the Saints.
7-3.
If we're getting swept by the Saints, then we're sweeping ATL and the Panthers.
7-3.
That's a trade-off.
7-3. I think the Bears get you here.
At home?
I think the Bears get you there.
Justin, okay. You see, no. This is blasphemy.
Fine, you want to go 8-3? I think that's
we're already over the threshold of 15-2, so give me the leeway here, okay? All right, we're already not getting the 15 wins. Like we already lost the goal.
8-3. Lions are winning this game.
Yeah, we're losing the Lions.
8-4. Jaguars winning that game.
Jags
8-5.
Jags
8-5.
Okay, but we're gonna pull off an upset in Buffalo.
No, you can beat the Titans, not beat Buffalo.
Dude, Buffalo sucks.
The fuck are you talking about?
Dude, they're
in the playoffs. In the playoffs,
Buffalo's nothing crazy.
No,
there's nothing.
No. I will give you the Titans, but I'm not giving you Buffalo.
Especially when Stephon Diggs demands a trade, they're really not going to be frightened.
You're about to be at 9.
So real quick, before we get on to my take being really bad, does Stephon Diggs bitch every offseason and complain on social media? I was reading something saying like, here comes Stephon Diggs again, stirring up shit.
He likes to do that. He has a tendency to do that. So, I think that Adam Thielen's going to be on the Bills by the end of this offseason.
I think it'd be fun.
I think it makes sense.
The boys are back in town in Minnesota, and they finally have a quarterback. I mean, just imagine Justin Fields throwing to Justin Jefferson.
Okay, all right, I see where you're going with this.
Hey, you started this by saying Joey Bosa sucks and he'll never be able to walk again for the rest of his life.
Whoa. That is not what I said.
That is.
Absolutely
run
not.
the tape back.
No, run it back.
That's word for word, bar for bar, exactly what you said. Joey Bosa sucks.
We're just not going to see a full.
And Joey Bosa is a baby who can't take criticism from the Eagles. That's what you said.
Sounds like a Chargers fan is just upset with the way that games go.
There's nothing to be upset about.
No, definitely not him getting.
We're in the greatest. We're in the greatest situation. We're in the greatest situation out of any franchise.
The Jaguars being up 28, 29 and a half.
Hey, one of us is ranked 30th in the league for team morale, and one of us is ranked first. And look where we both are at the end of the season, getting embarrassed in the first round of the playoffs. Hey, same fucking outcome.
Lose by having a lead of 27
same
points.
Same
outcome. I didn't lose the lead of 27 points.
Same outcome. Hey.
Supposed to be rebuilding this.
Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Dimes. Can we at least start there?
Can we at least start there? Agree on that. Well, we can agree on that.
Well, Daniel Dimes is an $160 million man. Holy shit, more than $160 man. $160 million man. Sorry, Daniel. Damn, Daniel, that was bad.
Okay.
We have one more thing on
the list
offseason here, but real quick, last thing I just want to say about the Bucs: do what's right. Bring Jameis back. Like, just serious note. If you're gonna suck, at least be fun while doing it. At least be fun and interesting while doing it.
Fair point. Okay, the very last.
Kyle Trask is not it, but yeah.
The very last offseason that we have to do is the Cardinals offseason, who are absolutely even worse than the Bucs. This is getting blown up. There is no other way to go about this. Their entire roster is dog shit. They're overpaying Kyler Murray. Can't do anything about that, but they could have by not giving him that money in the first place, and then Cliff's gone the year afterwards. The whole thing implodes. It all self-implodes. They could have, but now when all of you Cardinals fans get pissed at me for what I'm about to do to your team, remember you're paying Kyler Murray, I don't know, the third most money per quarterback in the league.
Hey, Kyler's really, really good at Warzone. Hey, this is a message to Kyler, dude. I'd love to play Warzone with you sometime.
We would both love to play Warzone.
I'd love to.
No shame against that.
No, yeah.
Nothing against that.
It is. When you think about his contract, it is funny.
He's making so much money. Okay. Cardinals offseason wish list. Sorry, boys. Trade DeAndre Hopkins and Budda Baker. Re-sign Byron Murphy, Tanner Vallejo, Will Hernandez, and Cody Ford, and sign Orlando Brown, Garrett Bradbury, Greg Little, Ashawn Robinson, Cameron Dantzler, Fabian Moreau, Roderick Teamer, and Marcus Epps.
I know we don't include the draft in this, but the Cardinals also have the number 3 pick.
Will Anderson.
And I think Will Anderson, yeah, but I'd listen to what you can get for 3.
If it's future,
because
first,
I think Will Anderson / Jay. Also, cannot believe people are saying that fucking Jalen Carter might just go like 9.
If the fucking Eagles get him at 10, I'm gonna
like no. It's just that's not gonna happen. I'm personally a little more a fan of Jalen Carter than Will Anderson because it's just the lack of dominant interior D lineman, which Jalen Carter could become. Not saying Will Anderson isn't great, but it's just the scarcity. That's a big word. The lack of production at that spot, which I think Jalen Carter could just come in and produce. Yeah, fuck that. That's another big boy word. Produce. Not really, but yeah. So
sorry, I was just replaying just PTSD war flashbacks of like we talked about in the previous episode of what they were doing with Matt Ryan. It's the Vietnam helicopters, and it's black and white with the dog on top of like Matt Ryan, like on top. It's the photo that they always use.
I'm imagining a scene out of like Apocalypse Now right now.
Yeah, that's just kind of what I'm having, but it's just Jalen Carter in an Eagles uniform sacking everybody.
Yeah, and BG re-signed today. I don't like him. He's a Michigan guy too, but BG's back. I feel like he's also been playing.
He's like so long. 35.
I think I'd take the over on that. Age 34. I think I'd take the over on him.
Yeah, but for when everybody is like, why the fuck were we trading Buda Baker? It's because you do not have the money to be able to build a team, and because of that, you need to get rid of players, and that just so happens to be Buda Baker because you decided to overpay for some other talents, and you have a really old roster. I think that signing these players give you a nice basis foundation. I don't think that all of them will be here come time when your team is actually competing, but I think that you need to have them right now in order to be sustainable. I think that you need to build this team through the draft. So if you do trade away that third pick, you need a haul, not just for this year, but for literally the entire future, like next season as well.
Yeah, they're in an interesting situation right now where, Cardinals a year ago right now, we're thinking, hey, it might be knocking on the door, making a playoff push with their team. And then, shit went sideways fast. So not quite the same for Arizona anymore.
They are definitely going.
They got Hollywood Brown though.
I forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie. I know he's on the team. He'll be on the team probably next season. But after that, I most likely would say trade him again. Sorry. It just doesn't make any sense. His contract's going to be up.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think, Kyler, good on him. He's going to love it in Arizona.
Kyler?
As a person, on his off days, which he cares about.
Which is like every day.
Yeah, every day is an off day, Kyler. Except Sundays, I hope. I hope that's an on day for him.
Well, last season it didn't seem like we'll say before injury.
Mean.
Before injury.
Dude, you're mean. You're being mean today. You're being really, really mean for episode 100. Sorry, guys. But that's kind of all the content. Okay, the last thing. We'll end off episode 100 real quick story time. We'll make it fun. We got to include something in here to. We're water boys at the end of the day. So story time. This is when I played against a varsity football team when I was a freshman on freshman football in the ever so serious football community, which was the Mission League at the time. But quick background history. My high school team, currently at the time, not quite dominant, but there was a period of time where we were the class and standard.
Multiple NFL players
of Los Angeles. Yes, that is correct. Multiple NFL players, current
NFL players,
and multiple. Remember, guys, multiple means just at least two. So maybe you can figure out how many players we have from our high school league, but not the point. In school, we had a history in the past of destroying certain schools. It wouldn't be close if you were coming up against my high school. It'd be like, oh shit, we're about to go get our ass whooped. Well, the turntables have tided. It's not quite the same anymore. My high school is not quite on top. And so this week we were going up against, a long time rival proximity wise, but in terms of skill, historically not competitive until recently when they've overtaken us. Also, fun fact, this year, oh my god,
this year in like the story.
The year in the story when I was a freshman, we were playing against a team called Cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
The starting quarterback of that team, he's potential #1 pick in the draft. His name happens to be Bryce Young. Oh, Bryce Young was the quarterback of this fucking team. Okay, I really forgot that detail. I'm happy I told this story and I was about to cut it off. Yeah, we were playing against freshman Bryce Young when he was on Cathedral. Other players on his team, they had this guy Hunter Eccles, who was on USC, transferred to Arizona, still in college. I think he's like a 15th year now. It kind of adds up with the rest of the story. But Cathedral really didn't like him at high school. And so as a way to get their varsity teams reps, some practice, one last look going into their Friday game, Thursday, freshman was scheduled to play against Cathedral. So what better way to get your varsity prep than just play them against the freshmen, right? I mean, there's no better way to get them prepared. So keep in mind, I'm 14 years old at the time. I'm going out there on the field, barely get my helmet on and shit. I look like a fucking, if I'm a great editor, we'll throw up a clip on screen of how drippy I was when I played football right here.
Also on our header, on our banner.
And remember, I played left guard, guys. I'm the drippiest left guard in the history of the Mission League. In all of high school, to be honest. All of high school football, drippiest left guard in the history that the sport's ever seen. But we're playing against a varsity team that has been called down. Not the whole team. Bryce Young, we didn't play against their offense. Their defense got called down.
Oh.
Which is actually way fucking worse. Like
for you, yeah.
So, specifically, they had their defensive backs all get called down, which really wasn't that big of a deal because it's not like they were like hitting like fucking. Yeah. But they called back all their linebackers down. Okay. Keep in mind, I'm 14 years old. It's freshman football. Guys, look at me, okay? I am as white as it gets, okay? Look at me. I'm not trying to hide anything. The middle linebacker I was going up against just had a full-on tattoo sleeve. He had very drippy look on. He was wearing this visor where I couldn't see his eyes, and I also don't think it was legal.
So like, smoke visors.
I don't think that was legal to wear in high school, but the distinctive factor that I knew these guys were varsities, their helmet decals had a different sticker than everyone else. Oh. And so they had phantoms on the side of their helmet.
Like ghosts?
No. Like the word phantoms. That's what the school's called. They had the word phantoms on their helmet, their decal. But all of the freshmen, they had like the logo, the school logo on their thing. So if you saw the word phantom, you knew it was an older kid. And their linebacker, who had a full sleeve, was 100% fucking 18 years old, going up against a 14-year-old, okay? I'm very young for my grade, okay? My birthday was yesterday, guys. I'm born in March, okay? I'm young for my grade. I was going up against a man. That was not a safe place. And it was 49-0 at halftime.
Yeah, you guys were up, right?
Yeah, we were crushing. It was 49-0 at halftime. And I remember at halftime, my offensive coordinator came up to the offensive line and goes like, "Boys, what the fuck's wrong? What can we do?" At the time, I was playing with at the time, he was like 230, 240 pounds. But now, my boy Shano, he's a retired collegiate offensive lineman who just peaked at 330 pounds.
Yeah, just also want to shout out.
Was on the podcast.
He was. It is the lost episode.
In the lost episode. You'll see him one day.
I never know.
My boy Shano told our offensive line coach, "Oh, yeah. When this came from the 240, 250 pound kid, that's when the coach was like, all right. They've given up. Like, the players have given up. It was 4-9-0. We're playing against a varsity team. At that point, I was just trying to not get hurt. We had 4 players on our team get, like, seriously hurt. Seriously injured. And at that point, I'm like, Coach, they're literally just trying to hurt us. Like, this isn't a football game anymore.
This is.
I'm literally just trying to not get hurt.
This is a Hunger Game.
This isn't a football game anymore.
And for survival.
The one thing that I just found, the one thing that I somewhat appreciate is that the umps, they were, the refs, I'm sorry, God, see baseball and the refs kept the running clock on. They're like, no, you're not fucking calling timeouts. Like, no, they tried to fucking hammer that into us. They're taking out all their anger and passion for sucking for like the last 50 years on us because they can when they call the varsity down. So they're trying to make up for everything. Yeah, that game was just survival mode. We weren't playing football. I was trying to walk the next day. I was trying to not get my head taken off by a varsity football player when I was 14. So yeah, that's the story time of how this water boy almost soiled his pants on a football field. I didn't poop my pants, but almost.
Okay. Almost did. There's maybe a little slip.
Only our unnamed intern poops his pants. Not me, though.
It's a story for another day. We did not get him out of the closet yet.
No. And I mean, well, by the time this episode comes out, he might be out of the closet or a cave. He might be out of whatever dungeon he's at.
We probably should not have used the word closet.
Well, you're the one. Don't say we. Let's chill on that.
Janitor's closet.
Don't implicate me.
Clarification.
But yeah, episode 100. Thank you guys so much for helping us get all the way here.
Make sure to subscribe, like, favorite, follow us at WaterboyPod. You can find us on TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitter. Our individual Twitter usernames at Everett's Takes, at WaterboyGrant. We'll see you all in the next one. Waterboy's out.